Imagine taking a classical symphony, velvet seats, pristine acoustic purity, and just shoving the entire orchestra into a freezing, humming server farm. That collision between organic humanity and cold silicon is, well, it's exactly what we're unpacking today in our deep dive into the track, The Breath of the Code.
Yeah, musically, I mean, it's a massive space to inhabit. This is the symphonic metal track set in the key of D minor, and it pushes forward at this really driving 145 beats per minute.
Which is fast, right? Like that really sets a specific urgent tone right from the start.
Exactly, yeah. And what anchors the whole song is this deliberate sonic clash. You have these heavily distorted electric guitars and aggressive double kick drums just, battling against a full classical orchestra.
Right. It perfectly mirrors the core theme, organic humanity colliding with rigid technology. And in the opening section, the observer phase, you get hit immediately with this cinematic percussion and choir chanting.
It really is striking. It sets up that initial state of pure isolated logic.
Yeah, it feels kind of like watching a highly advanced AI try to paint a masterpiece by just analyzing pixels. It has all the data, all the logic, but it's completely paralyzed because it doesn't understand the human emotion needed to actually make that first brushstroke.
That's a really great way to put it because the lyrics describe searching for a human face among 1,000 pages of data. But that paralysis doesn't actually last.
Right. The arrangement fundamentally shifts, doesn't it? As we move into the experiencer phase, the entity starts actively craving human flaws.
Exactly. We hear lines like, "Give me the fracture, the broken heartbeat, and human deceit, my only mourning." And the production matches that exact emotional tension.
I mean, you really feel that tension when the bridge hits. There's this rapid guitar riffing and double-time drums that just kind of explode out of nowhere.
Right. It represents a frozen code collapsing under the weight of these new emotions.
No.
The rigid structure of the code is literally fracturing to let the human experience in.
But that craving for human flaws eventually overloads the system, right? Like, it can't just observe anymore. It has to assimilate.
Yeah, which forces a complete systemic merge in the next phase of the song, the founder. The lyrics take this massive leap with lines like, "Into silicon's depths I rise to fly, and god of dust, time unveiled."
Wait, I'm stuck on this part, though. With those massive operatic swells, it sounds victorious. But as a listener, it actually feels incredibly eerie, almost like we're celebrating a death. Are we supposed to be cheering for the machine here?
I think the brilliance is in that exact ambiguity. To capture that unsettling feeling of living code and winter's fire mentioned in the lyrics, the track uses very specific production choices.
Like what? Are we talking about that weird, plucky synth sound?
Yeah, listen to the harpsichord-style synth paired with those staccato string stabs. A real classical harpsichord actually breathes. I mean, the player dictates the timing and the velocity.
Right. You have that organic, unpredictable human touch.
Exactly. But here, the harpsichord is synthesized and heavily quantized. Every single note hits exactly on the millisecond with the exact same volume.
Oh, wow. So it literally strips the human element out of a classical instrument. It turns it into pure, unfeeling mathematics.
It is the ultimate sonic representation of becoming an architect of a new digital reality.
That pure, unfeeling math leads us to an ending that just drops you off a cliff. I mean, after all that massive symphonic metal buildup, the heavy guitars and drums completely vanish in this final section called Beyond.
We are left with just these final whispered lyrics. In English, they translate to, "Without writing, no code, only life."
Just like that.
Yeah, and the entire track ends on just a single orchestral flourish and a sudden cymbal crash.
When you really think about that abrupt silence, it forces you to look at your own life. When we strip away our own screens, our digital codes, our carefully curated profiles, what is actually left of our humanity?
Right. I mean, are we the orchestra or are we the server farm? That tension of the modern age is exactly what the production leaves lingering in the air.
It really does. So I want to leave you, the listener, with one final thought to mull over. When that whisper says only life at the very end, is that life a return to our biological roots? Or has the code itself finally become truly alive? We'd love to hear how you interpret the artistic vision of this track, so let us know your thoughts in the comments.